Hello and namaste, dear viewers. Welcome to a journey to the heart of one of the world's most dynamic and intriguing economies, the Indian economy. I'm Don Abhinay, and over the course of these lectures, we will delve deep into the intricacies, challenges, and triumphs of the Indian economy. India has a remarkable economic journey from predominantly from an agrarian economy to becoming a global powerhouse in information technology, manufacturing, and more. India's transformation over the decades is nothing short of awe inspiring. In this lecture series, we'll explore the economic history of India before 1950 and after that, from its post independence struggles to the economic reforms of the 1990s that unleashed a wave of growth. We'll discuss the factors behind India's economic successes and the persistent challenges it faces today. And before we begin, remember to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. And if you find this series valuable, don't forget to share it with your friends or fellow learners. So, without further ado, let's dive into the first chapter of our Indian economy lecture series. Let's start with our Indian economy before 1950. The first lecture is the transfer of tribute. So, what is this transfer of tribute? It is the drain of our India's resources and the transfer of our resources from India to England, either by getting nothing in return or getting only disproportionately a smaller part of such transfer of resources. The first person who raised this issue of drain of resources from India to England was Dadabhai Naoroji in his book Poverty and Un-British Rule in India. It was published in the year 1871 itself. In that book, Dadabhai Naoroji explained the causes and consequences of such drains on our economy. The main argument in his theory of drain was that a significant portion of our India's national wealth was transferred to England. This theory explained the drain as the main cause of poverty in India. According to him, the drain consists of two elements. The first is arising from the remittances by European officials of the savings and for their expenditure in England for various wants both there and in India from pensions and salaries which are paid in England. The second arises from remittances by non-Europeans. This indicates that in order to meet the requirements of the economic drain, India has to export much as compared to imports. Dadabhai Naoroji has observed that there are five things which are responsible for our economic drain. The first one is the remittances to England by European employees for supporting their families and education for their children, which may be considered a feature of colonial system of government. And the second one is the remittances of savings by the employees of the East India Company as they preferred to invest in home than in India. And the third one is the remittances for purchasing British goods demanded by the British employees as well as purchasing British goods in India. And the government purchase of stores manufacturers in Great Britain. And the last, the interest charges on public debt held in Britain, which excluded interest payments on railway loans and other debts incurred for productive works. As a result of the political, administrative, and commercial connections established between India and England, the government of India had to make huge payments to the people of England. All these payments were known as home charges. And these home charges consist of interest on public debt raised from England and annuities on account of railways and irrigation works and payments to British employees too, employed in India, as well as pensions to retired employees worked in India who are now living in England. Many Indian leaders estimated that this amount of drain differs from person to person and year to year. The RC Dutt estimated that one of India's net revenue flows out of India every year. This is estimated to be around 20 million euros in early 20th century. And MG Ranad has declared that more than a third of the national income of India was taken away by the government in one form or in another. And Dadabhai Naoroji claimed that approximately one fourth of the money which is raised in India goes to England, which is approximately 12 million US dollars every year. And William Digby has also estimated that the annual drainage was 30 million euros per year. There are many more estimations and calculations made by many great people. Recently, an economist named Patnaik, in her essay published in Columbia University, said that British drained out 45 trillion from India, which has hampered the ability to come out of poverty. But our past doesn't stop us from growing. And we Indians are hardworking people and we have a passion for education, which has made our economy the fifth biggest in the world. And in purchasing power parity, we are the third biggest in the world. But our per capita income is less than 4,000 US dollars per year. We need to work hard to increase that. And this is the end of this lecture. And in the next lecture, we will discuss the effects of drain in India and in England. Thank you.